holla. You think that's a mummy holla?
Like,
on
that's
the
the colour my
nails.
mum uses. But
Like, I like it,
the
but-
old school aunties use that colour.
I can't have it. It's not a. But he
What is
said,
that?
so
It's
next
not
time,
everyday
James,
nails.
next time I will do the passport colour for you.
This feels like auntie colour. You know, like
This is
No,
not
this is
auntie.
nice.
This is not. Thank you.
Is that the big red apple?
No, I don't know what one it is. Just the
Oh,
bright one that
it's
everyone.
really, yeah, it's
It's
really,
nice.
it suits you.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, with James, I find that what's trendy that I think is really nice, he just doesn't get it. You really don't like this?
I got my preference. I got my taste.
Wow.
Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to the YT podcast.
A podcast like no other podcast that's been podcasted in the world of podcasts.
Wiggy. Hey!
Yo!
What's poppin'?
What's going on, everybody?
Introduction.
Hi guys, we have some special guests.
In the building.
Hey.
Woo!
Woo.
We've got James
Hello.
and Desiree.
Hey,
Is it
people.
Desiree or Desiree?
Desiree
Desiree
in
Welcome,
the
guys.
house. Hey,
Thanks
guys.
for coming.
Thanks
Really
for having us.
appreciate you guys. How's your day been?
It's been good. It's been chilled. We don't have the kids today, so woo woo.
I know that feeling.
You know that feeling.
What
So,
about you?
yeah.
How you
Yeah,
feeling?
really good.
Really
I
good.
will tell you the content of what I've been doing today, but let me not.
Just not
Busy
interesting.
one, yeah.
I guess my work is watching.
Do you know what's funny? You drive here today, yeah?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
literally always have this debate, yeah, about who is it okay for the woman to drive?
Trust me. We only drove today. Why? Because of work. James had to do
Oh.
something
Oh,
else.
is
Other
it?
than that, James is
Always
always
driving.
Always.
Do you drive at all then?
I drive when I'm alone with the kids.
Oh, is it? So when
Okay.
you're all
Kids
together
are-
as a family?
Always James.
Is it? Is that because
Yeah.
that's what you want?
No,
Is that as a man?
No. It's nice driving as a man, but like I think it's kind of cool to be fair. Being
Yeah.
the passenger side, you
Right.
know. I see
You
some
enjoy it,
guys
yeah?
sometimes, you know, with their girls and they're in the passenger side.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
me.
It's such a cool move.
That's
It's
me.
all-
I
me
like
chilling.
driving.
Do you know what? To be fair, for me, James is not really saying nothing, but for me, I feel like he needs to be in the driving seat.
Is
Okay.
it?
Yes, and I must be in the passenger seat. Unless he's not in the car, I'll take the kids. I'll take them anywhere. But if it's me, you, and the kids, you are
So you
driving.
like your husband to always drive?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of
nice.
course.
That is soft life.
But only recently, I think we were watching an Arsenal match. Of course, I had to drive.
Yeah. So sometimes
I don't want no distraction.
You're watching on the phone.
Yeah, I
If,
said, let
if
me
I'm
just-
working or watching the match, so today I was just working. So now I'm on my lunch break.
Right.
In case my manager's watching.
He's on his lunch break, guys.
Yeah, and then when we drive back, I'll get back to
drive
work.
back home.
Right, that makes sense.
I always drive. Like, okay, not always like that.
It's jarring
Really?
because I want to drive.
do you know what it
Yeah,
is?
let him drive.
Do you know what it is? I just feel like, I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like I drive better than Tolu.
Cat, how many mileage did you get
Oh,
in your driving test?
I can't remember.
Oh, now we can't remember.
You know what it is?
All of a sudden we can't
Do you know what? I feel
remember.
like in some people it's such a big thing for them, whether the husband's driving the car
Yeah.
or whether the wife's driving the
For
car.
me, it is. I can't lie. James is to drive.
Really?
Yep.
I think-
Wherever we go, we need to pull up with him in the car.
Why?
seat.
What does that mean?
I
What does
don't-
it do for you?
do you know what? It doesn't even do anything for me. I think it's giving him
Him
that.
that
Do you know what I
authority,
mean?
that,
Like giving
you
it
know?
to him. Like let him have it. Yummy, let him have
That's
it.
sometimes when you're younger, you feel like you have to impose
Yeah.
that, but the older you get, sometimes
That doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
I don't need to
Do
do
you
it
know
anymore.
what? I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Okay, who takes the bin out?
Actually, do you know
Who
what?
takes the bin out?
James.
So you don't ever take the bin out?
No.
You've never touched
Whatever.
the bin.
No.
And
Would you take the bin out?
If James is not,
If he's on holiday,
if he's in another country,
Listen,
Then you take it out.
I
I'll
don't
take it out.
understand where this whole bin thing comes from. Like,
it's just a bin, bruv.
I hear
it's
this
his
all the
job.
time.
It's his job.
Is it?
But guys, he's good at it because
I'm
where we
glad-
live, we have
I'm
the same.
glad to
No,
give
guys,
this
look, you need to understand.
He said he's good
You
at
guys need
it.
to understand the maths that go into it.
What is
because
the
we had to
technology
separate the
there?
cardboard.
Yeah, the
had to
recycling
separate the
thing.
you see the plastics,
Yeah.
the glass,
Yeah.
we even have food bin.
Yeah,
And
I
James does
understand.
it all.
It's just that sometimes on social media you see girls say, I can never take the bin out.
I
And I'm just
can't.
like, that means your house would just be smelling then.
yeah.
He just does it.
Wow.
I can't do. I just
The
don't.
man of man.
The man of man.
Nice.
So you take the bins out?
I take the bin out when,
Wow.
like, if Tolu's not available, like, we both just do. I
Yeah,
feel like
mix it.
we would just mix, like, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a bin, innit? Like,
It's just a-
But where did you get this from, though?
I don't know.
Is your mum like this?
No. No.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. You know what? You know what James always does, yeah? Whenever there's something, he always questions. So what did your mum and dad... He will always ask
You have
me.
to go. That's how you. That's how
And
you
I'm
do
like,
it.
do you know what? It's true though.
where did you learn that
It is
from?
true.
Wait,
It
What's
is
the
true.
foundation?
I don't know. With the car thing, I definitely think that's because my mum never drove.
Right.
As in, she doesn't know how to drive.
She doesn't know how to drive.
Okay.
She tried all the time, but she was just too scared. Like, I don't know, something. I don't know what my mum was doing, but
Yeah.
my dad was always driving.
Okay.
So maybe
that's where you picked that
from.
from.
Yeah.
See
The
daddy
bin,
driving all the time.
my mum
yeah.
took out the bin though. My dad didn't touch no bin.
Oh,
my dad
see?
didn't do nothing in the house. He was
Right.
a traditional like. He didn't
Man.
touch anything. He didn't
Right.
wash dishes. He didn't
Yeah.
cook food.
Wow.
My mum did everything.
So that's why me, if I'm being honest, I'm a bit confused because I'm a modern man.
Okay.
I can help with the cooking. I help with the cleaning. I do a lot of stuff.
Shout out to
Plus
James
working.
for that.
Shout out to Jason for real though.
Nice.
So me too, I
But
do
not really cooking though. Not
Yeah,
really
but-
cooking.
I do cooking.
Tolly,
My
you
special noodles. That's my one dish.
Right,
but
can
it
we hear
bangs.
about this special noodles?
It's so funny. So the other day, funny enough, Tiwa was like, "Daddy, you're gonna make mummy your special noodles."
Oh,
so
she
when me and Tolly used to go out, back in the day, when I used to go and visit him at uni, he would always make me noodles.
Yeah.
But the noodles were so buff. Like he'd put like prawns,
Come on,
cut
man.
onions,
Chef
like
the
really,
onions
like
up and,
you
you know?
wouldn't even know that it's once.
Gourmet noodles.
So we need that recipe.
Oh yeah.
Tolly,
yeah.
We need the recipe.
I don't know whether I can disclose that one yet.
Since we're on the topic of food,
Yes.
I told my wife about this. That thing you did. What can you cook?
James.
That
But do you know how many times James made me watch it?
like
he
so
was
done.
that was fun.
Do you know what it is? Like, okay, so you usually
It
cook
was
it, yeah.
so
Oh,
funny.
thanks, guys. So you cook?
yeah.
Do you cook?
Yeah.
Do you? Is that enough?
I need to know
I cook.
the coffee behind this.
What breakfast?
James.
Does he, what does he
Okay,
cook?
do you know
what does
what?
he define
Okay,
as
okay.
cooking?
Yeah, what does it define as cooking?
He does the breakfast.
What does that
Okay.
mean? Like the toast and all them things there?
Everything full English.
Full English.
Ooh,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you
I
full
make-
English bang.
I make a bang in full English.
Just-
Yeah,
English
he
back.
does.
Talk
But
to
other
me.
than that,
Out of
he
10,
doesn't
out of
cook.
10.
Talk to me. What, out
Talk
of
to
10?
me.
Talk to me, innit?
It's nice.
Mm.
It's nice. Okay,
And,
let's
ooh.
say eight.
Eight
that's
is
a
high,
high
that's an
mark.
80%.
So he just does the breakfast. He doesn't do the dinners or the lunch.
No,
Okay.
if I need to.
Yeah, unless
Like,
I'm out.
if she's
And
gallivanting.
what would he?
Gallivanting.
What would he make?
Noodles?
For lunch or
Noodles and egg.
lunch or?
Wait, boiled egg. Because
No,
boiled egg and
no,
Indomie
fried
bangs.
egg. Fried egg.
Oh, you
Oh,
fry
okay.
it, so
Okay,
that's
okay,
it,
okay.
so-
I do the fried.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If I need to do a lasagna.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like lasagna.
James, when is the last time you did lasagna? Because I do not remember no lasagna. Can you
That
remind
one
me?
time.
That one
But it
time.
bang though. That one time bang.
Chicken stir fry?
When did you do chicken stir fry?
You don't remember?
I'm so done.
Okay.
James, wow.
You will remind you when you get
Yeah, remind me then because it's left my head.
Okay, cool. And you guys are obviously married.
Yeah.
Lovely,
How
lovely
long have you
jubbly.
guys been married for?
10 years. 10
Pardon?
Another 10 years?
10 years.
Another tenner.
What?
Nice.
I actually can't believe it.
When was it 10 years?
It
Recently?
was September
September.
last
Oh
month, 2 months ago.
wow.
So how did you guys meet? Tell us.
God, James, I talk too much.
We met at youth groups, a church.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, we met
Pick
at
up the
church youth
church.
group.
Big church for real.
So guys, another couple that met at church. So just to let you know that church.
You can meet at church.
You can meet
can
at
You know.
church.
meet your
Yeah.
future husband
At
at
church.
church.
In the
To
church.
be honest, like, I've got a lot of friends who don't go, and I'm like, they're struggling with finding the missus. Like, you need to go to church.
Come church.
Yeah, you need to go to church.
Just go to
It's facts.
Church.
So you guys met at church.
Yeah.
Who made the first move?
Me.
Swear done.
Come on.
Okay.
You made the first
I made the
move.
first.
So
But
say
obviously,
you want to take out the
of
bin,
course,
but
I
you
had
make out the first move.
But I had to see
Yeah,
the
move
signs
her.
were there.
Okay.
And then I
Okay,
made
so
the
tell us what happened.
So, like, you know, when he's just been flirting,
Before then, before-
holy flirting,
before
holy
that.
flirting,
Before the holy flirting.
Which one is holy flirt? How's the holy flirt?
holy flirt.
How's the holy
So
flirt?
cute, we touch your hands. Holy flirt.
Before the holy flirt, what's interesting is that when I first came
Before
to
the
the
holy
church,
flirt. Wow.
before the holy flirt,
Oh, yeah.
when I came to the church, I actually
Oh,
moved to
yeah.
a twin sister.
Okay, so guys, if you
Oh
don't know,
my!
Wait,
Oh my
To
god!
my twin sister.
No
so
way!
guys, Desmond is actually an identical twin. So her
Yeah.
and her sister look but that's what the
That's
meaning of
that's
Yeah.
the definition of
Don't-
identical twin, Yemi. They look
Thank you,
exactly
Yemi.
the same.
Yeah.
So you moved to her sister.
Yes.
With a
She's
sister.
older.
My sister.
Okay.
Okay.
But the
I was
reason-
gonna say why did you ask that, but then
There's
comes
somebody
out
that comes out first.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. Okay,
But,
go
but
on.
the truth is because she was more like a ragamuffin. You know, like the
James,
hoodie
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
and the sister,
The truth
is
the
really coming
tomboy,
out.
Okay.
and the sister was more like the girly girl.
You said
So
ragamuffin.
okay.
Wow, ragamuffin. I haven't heard that
I
word
heard
in a
that
long
for
time.
time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go on, James. Keep explaining.
yeah, so yeah, I came in. Do you know how it is? You go to church, you see girls all around. And I thought, all right, let me make my move. And
Was your church back then
It's-
like a typical African church?
No, not really.
Okay,
No.
cool.
But the way, but that was his literally that was his first day walking in and he was
First
really
day.
looking for a girl. That was the first.
So that
I hear
was
it.
back in the day when you used to go to church and go and basically move to girl.
basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think she did let me down. Well, she
Of course she did.
She did. She did. And then then from there I took it seriously. We then just started growing in the church together.
Yeah.
I went off to uni. I went to Bournemouth University.
Okay.
And then, I didn't take her seriously from before then.
Okay.
But when I
Judging
came,
me.
when I came back, there was a big transformation. I remember walking in and seeing her like, when you could see the light.
The hoodie
like,
came off.
The hoodie came off.
The hoodie came
Okay.
off. The hair was similar to this.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You next. It was a weave with the bun on.
Cheese.
Hey,
You
One knows
remember?
the hair
Come
on that.
on.
I remember. with the black dress, black skirt. You know. I remember.
Wait, you
You remember the outfit?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
remembers.
Oh my gosh, that's
That's
so
Yeah,
sweet.
it was. You know, it's so funny because that was the day that after we spoke about it, that was the day when we both saw each other after a long time.
Right.
And it's like I was standing at the front of the church. He opened the door, and it was like
Wait, that's
the
what
door
Tara
opened.
That's what Tara
Adrian
said,
said.
yeah.
Literally, and I looked at him. I was like,
We didn't know what to say in that.
literally, I didn't know what
Yeah.
to say, and I was like,
Like,
okay,
James.
let me just focus. Let me just focus on the
In the
Lord.
sermon.
Yeah, the sermon. And then from then I was like, okay, there's something, I don't know. I didn't see that side of him at all. There was no attraction before. There was nothing. So that just took me off guard.
Okay.
Then after that, we started kind of talking more, and like we were in the same group, in the church, in the same group together,
course.
praying for the people,
Yeah.
praying
Yeah.
for the young people.
Little young ones, innit?
Yeah, the ones that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's how we kind of, and then
then-
I was just thinking, it got to a point I was like, James, like I could tell there was something there.
Okay.
And then at that time, you know how it is nowadays, there's a lot of females in the church,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of men. So
Yeah.
I was just like, listen,
Because a wise woman built her home.
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I said, I need to go get my blessing before someone else comes and takes him. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I just sent him a long message because I wanted to tell him face to face, but I thought I won't be able to get everything out.
Oh,
So let
yeah.
me just
Write it
write
down.
some long message. I wrote a long message and I sent it to him. Did I get a reply? Ask
But
him.
it was actually funny.
Ask him if I got a reply.
I
Maybe you didn't have credit.
I didn't. No.
Did you have credit?
No, I did have credit. No, what had happened? I was actually chatting to one of my boys. We were in Burger King in Peckham.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Peckham Burger
They're
King.
changing the
Yeah.
Burger King. I think they're finally.
And
refurbishing that.
I was the same when she texted. Actually, I was saying to my boy, I actually really fancy Desiree, and I think I want to take it seriously and talk to pastor and see if I can date her.
Okay.
Then she
Oh, you're
texted
going to
me.
talk to pastor to in order to.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young and you're
Yeah.
subservient.
That's
good.
You know,
That's like a
you
mentor.
want to do
Yeah.
things properly.
Properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I got the text, I was like, oh wow, she just texted me. She
Yeah.
likes me. But instead of me going straight to her, I said, let me chat to pastor first.
Okay.
And just
I
say,
was
pastor.
just just left
So
hanging.
she was left hanging.
Yeah.
For how long?
For the
For a
youth,
couple
the youth
of
pastor said,
days.
the youth pastor said, cut off. So
You're chatting.
the youth pastor said, don't even respond back to her, just cut her off.
Right.
You know, when they're being zealous
yeah,
and
being extra.
extra.
Yeah.
So long story short, our head pastor at the time was like, James, this is, I think weeks went by or months went by.
Weeks.
Oh, and he didn't respond.
No reply.
How was that for
You know,
you
message
during that
seen.
period?
And I didn't even see you.
No, it was back 10
I
years.
didn't, do you know what? I didn't even know what to even think. I was so upset because I was
Yeah.
like, and then I started thinking, was I making things up? Like, did I
Yeah.
just see things in my head? Was it just
Yeah.
me? Like, I'm sure there was something there.
So would you still see him in
I don't think I
church?
saw you. Did I see you?
I saw
You
her,
escaped,
but
you didn't- you didn't
So you went- so you went ghost?
I saw her, but I was just whenever I see
Ducking-
her,
ducking and weaving.
ducking
Did you?
and weaving.
Wow. I didn't know that.
But then the senior pastor at the time was like, oh, the senior pastor, that was youth pastor that told him to cut her off, and the senior pastor was like, okay, talk to me, like, you
What's
ready
the real?
you ready
Yeah,
to date?
what's
Have you
going
seen anyone you
on?
like? I was like, oh, yeah, a month ago I wanted to tell Desiree I like her, but youth pastor told me to cut her off,
Yeah.
and he was like, what? No.
He can't
Tell her to
understand.
come.
Yeah.
And then we sat down, and then he
And
gave the
then
green
we
light, you know.
started talking.
So then you guys started dating.
And then we held hands for the first time on that
Oh, what was that feeling like? How old was
day.
you
It
guys?
was
Yeah, how old was you guys?
sensational.
That was a
It
banger.
really was a banger, innit? I'll never forget actually. Just holding your hand was just like
Is that why you guys hold
butterflies.
hands a lot then?
We hold hands a lot, yeah, we do
It's
hold
so
How
hands a lot.
old were you
cute.
guys then?
How old, James, how old were we? I was 19. I was
Okay.
19,
Well, you got married at what age?
21.
Okay.
You got married at 21?
Yeah, 21. And
Okay, we're going to come to
Wow.
that.
we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Wow.
I
That's
was
the age I wanted to get married and Tony laughed at me.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what? I never thought I was going to
Said
get married.
cat.
But I never thought I was going to get married at 21. That was like the last thing on my mind. So even when it happened, I was like, okay, wow, I'm 21. Okay.
Okay, so you guys dated for how long?
We dated for 2 years. I think
Okay.
it was for 2 years. And you proposed, I think, a year and a half in, or just before like a year and a half.
Why did you
Jesus, not
propose?
playing.
Do you have a sign or what happened?
Yeah, what happened, James?
Just wanted
You
to...
just
Just know.
You just know.
Man
you
them
know.
know.
You know.
Man
You
them
just
know.
know you found like the one,
one.
or
Tolly always says that. You
I know,
always
I know
know.
some people
That's
say
what
that
James
there's
says.
not only just one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you find someone who you can just see yourself growing with and
Facts.
And
getting
building,
old and building with. And
Yeah.
I saw that.
Okay.
So
So you
You
just
know.
said, I'm going to make this move.
be a man and,
He
and
made
step
the
up.
move.
You
I
know?
hear it. Were you nervous?
No.
Did you do all that big
No, I
proposal?
wasn't.
Yeah, he did at a book launch, a big book
At a
launch.
book launch.
And I was going to sign my book.
And,
And
the
then
ring kit popped out of the
I had to
book.
turn. Someone said turn around or something, and James. I said, "Wow, James really decided to do it today." But it was beautiful. I was in shock. I couldn't believe that he was gonna propose. Like he proposed to me.
That's
And
beautiful.
no one would ever think it will happen in the box
Of
shop.
course,
So
of
Yeah.
course.
it's
It
like,
was nice.
Did
It
you
was
was
plan
that
it
planned?
yourself? Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
planned it. All planned it.
But it's funny because remember you told me that I think it was like the day before or something that you decided or something. It was like a short.
Yeah, the money dropped in the account. You know.
Yeah, man's never.
I hear it.
Friday
Because that is important. You need the
Friday
finances for that, man.
payday.
Finally had the
Wow.
funds to get the right ring.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Friday payday, propose next day.
What is your love language?
So
Sex. Oh, sorry.
The
Sorry
intrusive
guys.
thoughts.
Sorry
He
guys.
says sex.
Nice. So I love that. for you.
Physical touch.
I was just about to say,
His is, but mine isn't.
because okay, I thought you were going to say physical. What's your love language?
You're
too funny.
Yeah, James, sorry about my husband, guys. Mine is a mixture. I would say.
What do you think it changes?
My love language has changed over the years.
I feel like it changes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
do you guys think
know-
it changed?
Yeah,
Because
man.
I said that.
I feel like it
James
changes.
hasn't really.
Yeah, it has actually. The older I'm getting now, the more that like
Change
it's-
little
it's
things, you know what I
changing.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's yours, Desiree?
Mine is. What is it again? What's the options?
So
Yeah, that's what I
Gifts.
actually want to
You
do.
guys, you don't-
What
wait,
are
no,
the- what
no,
are the
No,
gifts?
because I know the meanings,
mean-
but I don't know the actual.
physical touch.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah,
gifts.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. Don't,
No, there is.
James.
Physical touch.
James.
Yeah.
There is.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
you said
quality
that's-
time.
No, it's called physical
What?
touch.
How
it's
many
called
are there?
gifts.
Let me
There's
tell you.
four.
I'm telling you. There's
There's
five.
There's five. I don't
Physical
know.
touch.
Yes.
Positive affirmations. Giftings.
Good touch, positive affirmation,
Posi-
giftings.
it's not quality
There's
time.
2 more.
Quality time.
And
Oh, what is
and
the
what's
other?
last
There's
one?
another one.
I thought there was 4.
You don't
No,
read.
there's
You
five.
don't
There
read.
is
There's
five.
five.
You
So what's
don't
the
read.
fifth one then? Oh, we even
So-
actually we did one recently. James, we screenshotted our responses. Remember?
Let me check.
I'm really. There is a
So
fifth
there-
one.
There is.
What's
there's sex
this?
or physical touch.
Sex and
Sex,
physical
sex,
touch is all
sex.
part.
Oh, it's because
That's
physical touch
one.
then leads to, you know.
So physical touch, positive affirmation.
Yes.
Gift.
So acts of service.
Acts
That's
of
the
service.
acts of service.
Which one?
So mine. So we did it recently. Okay, and mine's quality time is number 1.
Wait, what is this? AI.
No,
my days.
five love languages.
So you can. Is
It's
it like
we did it
a?
together.
It's actual
And you
quiz.
fill it, yeah, you
quiz.
fill out the quiz.
Ah.
And yeah, so mine was quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts was 3rd.
I could
And
just-
physical
Just so
touch.
you know.
Just so you know, a physical touch was 5th.
Oh, is it?
But my husband's now physical touch was number 1. Ding 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 ding.
Oh, nice.
And then quality time, acts of service. Yeah, and I think that's quite accurate.
Yeah.
The reason
But,
why I
yeah.
asked you that is because I can see that you guys are like to physical touch.
It's
And it's nice.
One
Yeah.
thing
I
leads
love
to
that.
another.
So I wanted to ask, what's your? That's why I dropped in the love language.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the proposal.
Yeah,
so 21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, we
So-
got married.
21.
Why 21?
Yeah, why? I don't know. I wasn't even.
I mean, she
to
didn't
be-
choose 21.
Yeah, I didn't choose it.
Because some people get engaged at a young
you
age.
feel like you
Do
were
you
too
know
young?
what? So when we were dating, I knew we were gonna marry, but I didn't.
When were
think,
you married?
I knew I was gonna marry, but I didn't know. Like we didn't actually say when, did we?
I think we.
We
kinda-
didn't really say.
I
Oh,
think
we're
we know-
gonna.
I think we kind of did say when I proposed. I think we kind of planned for 7 months ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
7
No,
months
no.
after?
When we
Oh,
we planned.
wow.
We got married 7 months after. No, but I'm saying in the beginning we didn't say. Oh, we want to get married when I'm 21 or the. It
Oh
was
no,
kind
no,
of. It
no.
was just like.
very organic. Very
Yeah.
organic.
Did you ever feel like you were too young during that time, or did you just
Do you
go
feel like you
with
were
it?
ready?
I don't think I was ready.
Okay.
I don't think I was ready. I still felt I was at mum's house. I was like, I was at home with my mum. My mum was still cooking for me. My mum was still doing everything for me. I still feel like I was in the beginning of my life. Like
Yeah.
19-year-olds now are different.
Yeah.
But back then I still kind of felt like, oh, I'm still quite young. But at the same time I was excited to just start the new journey. I was excited to kind of start my life with him from young to kind of like grow together. if
That's
that makes
how.
sense.
That's what.
And that's what I love.
So was it a gut instinct for you?
It was a gut. You see the guts? It was
It
there.
doesn't lie, does it?
It doesn't lie. And you know what? It's like you just know. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just I can't explain it.
So
but that's
7
why you know
months.
sometimes when I see like people have been together for a long time
Yeah.
and they're not married or I'm like, did you get the gut feeling then, or did you not?
If I'll be honest, mine was more a blue ball instinct.
Do you know what, James?
Oh, so you guys basically you were practicing celibacy.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy said it's about time.
Sorry, guys.
This shit needs to be free. Freedom. It's
James,
okay, that's what we talk about on
you
this
actually
pod, so
too
it's
much.
fine.
It's even good. He just takes you by surprise, isn't it?
I'm so done. I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, we practiced celibacy till our wedding day.
So that's why you guys
which
got. Is it?
Yeah, to our wedding day,
So
yeah.
context is, I went to uni, that party lifestyle,
Yeah, so
Freshers'
his lifestyle
Week
was
and
completely
girls
different.
and sleeping around.
Yeah.
But when my brother actually converted, became a Christian,
Yeah.
and I kind of respected him because it was like he was normal. You know, sometimes Christians they're all Bible and they're a bit kind of awkward,
Like,
and but he was real. He was just
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, normal people.
Social, but
Normal,
still love
social,
God.
Yeah.
but just
Yeah.
had loved God and
Good morals
had
and,
good
yeah.
morals.
Basically, you could relate to your brother.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like I remember him, and I think it was him. It was like, look, I want to just clear myself out from all of the girls in the past, all the uckers and all that
You
stuff.
say
And-
uckers, I haven't heard that word in time.
James, you're really bringing this
No,
back
I
today,
love it.
innit?
I love it. I love
He's
it. I
bringing
love
us
it.
back.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I bet you, James, when you practicing in the bathroom, you go through that because the way you're just coming, like, wow.
He's flowing, man.
I love
Wow.
it. You're old school. I love it. Go on.
clearing my mind of all of
Yeah.
the craziness that we've lived and done.
Yeah.
And then for him, it's about
James.
just setting his mind right, getting his career on check,
Yeah.
and then finding someone he can build the
Yeah.
empire
Is
with.
your brother married?
He's married
Yeah.
now. He's
Okay,
married
nice.
as well.
Nice.
So for me, I was like, do you know what?
Because I was going to
I'm-
say we have girls. Brother.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
he's
We have
always
girls.
trying to
I'm
always
set
trying to
up
do
That's me
someone
as
with
well.
someone.
That's me as
Always.
well. I know. That's me
Always.
as well. We're good friends, though. It's good. It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
go.
so I think for me, it's like he kind of showed me that like a lot of people, if you continue that lifestyle, you'll never get
You
married.
end up
You just end up
You end up
60
in
in
You'll be
nightclub
like,
with
exactly.
Doing this.
Leaning
fancy
on-
them
leaning on
uncles
the
that say, "Hey,
bar.
come, baby."
you know, baby.
Yeah.
So
You know.
yeah, and for me that intrigued me. I was like, do you know what? This makes a lot of sense. And,
Yeah.
and do you know what? Maybe God is real, and that's what kind of
Made him stop
set
thinking.
it for me. So because I was celibate for about 5 years, maybe.
What?
Sorry?
Was it 5 years, James?
Don't lie.
Exactly. I'm even calculating because we were together
got
for
married
2
at
years.
25.
Yeah.
And I think I came to the church around 20
So maybe you
wow.
or 21 maybe.
So that's
So-
why you
But boy,
understand. That's why you
how are you
understand the
surviving,
passion
man?
in the response. You heard the passion in the response.
Yeah.
That's why.
You were
I
celibate
feel
for
you.
5 years. Wow, well done, bro.
Yeah.
And that was, can you imagine?
Young, you were young as well,
He
innit?
was young.
Exactly, young.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, you
I
can't
respect
imagine.
it.
And he was going from girls, all girls, to
I
zero.
was living like Craig
Wow.
So
David.
it was.
I'm walking away.
That's crazy.
I
So
heard
yeah,
that.
it was hard.
Wow.
Even a celibacy journey, it was hard because when you're so attracted to someone and you just love someone, but we're just like, we're gonna wait.
So when you guys were obviously in engagement phase,
Yes.
you didn't kiss.
we kiss. Oh yeah, so we kiss. That's another thing. So we kiss, but you know sometimes the kiss
This
is
can lead to
Yeah.
other
So
kisses.
So
My
you have
God.
to just be like, oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
literally, so we had to put rules in place,
And
Right.
and we said we're gonna have we're gonna do the proper kissing after the wedding because it was too intense.
Yeah.
That wedding day must have been.
Yes.
Pastor
Well,
says
it
enough.
was,
It's
but
enough.
it wasn't kind of because the whole
Yeah,
sickness
so
that just came and just changed
Yes.
everything.
So carry on.
So that was
Tell us
that
what
was
happened.
hard.
So you guys got engaged.
Yeah, we got
7 months
engaged.
later.
And it was very busy. So James basically planned the wedding. He basically
You planned the
everything.
wedding?
Yeah.
I
He was
respect it.
really busy.
I think you might be the first guy that I've heard of to plan.
My
Yeah.
my mouth
Well-
is open.
Well, look, the first.
Would I let
and-
him do it again?
The first and last. No, the first and last.
But the initiative,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
first
fact
and
that you
last.
even thought
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
You
It was
planned
sweet.
the wedding.
Yeah, everything.
I was. For me, it was like I want to be romantic and
Wow.
give her
Never
the.
heard
Respect,
this.
never.
I've
I've
got
hosted so
goosebumps.
many weddings, and it's always the ladies that are taking charge in that
I
regard.
think for me, I said, let's get the dress sorted because I'm not gonna try to do that.
Yeah, you do
I've
your own
watched
thing with that.
too many, Meet the Bride or
Yeah, I know
the
what
shows.
you're talking
Yeah.
Meet the
Or,
bride.
I don't know what the shows are, Gorilla Bride or whatever.
Bridezilla, Bridezilla,
Or-
Bridezilla, babe, Bridezilla.
Gorilla bride. So yeah, go on.
so
So
I
you
know-
planned the wedding.
yeah,
James
so
and
literally you just did the dress and
Yeah.
your makeup and
And we did invitation stuff together. Yeah, so he
And
basically
then
took
the
And you
rest of
trusted,
it.
you trusted him to do
yeah,
that.
and I think
Were
at
you
that
nervous?
time, do you know what? I think at that time I'm a different person. Like now, because I got to do the whole wedding renewal, because I'm a different person
Okay.
to then. Now it was like, yes, I'm doing everything, but then I was like, it's fine. Like it's fine as
Yeah,
long
let
as the
him just
day
do it
is.
and
Yeah.
whatnot, yeah.
so I think
Yeah.
it was a crazy time because I work in sales
Yeah.
and I wake up very early in the morning, come in early, leave very late. I wasn't eating very well, eating like once in a while. My eating was just messed up, and as well, I was trying to lose weight for the wedding. So I was cycling to work, running to work.
Doing insanity.
Good.
Did you go to Shanti?
Yeah, the proper-
That's
Yeah,
it.
when we did
mad.
insanity,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy,
Remember you were
man.
doing that as well.
So I was doing so
doing a
much,
lot.
preparing the wedding, going to work,
A lot going
trying
on.
to
It was
get
a
into
lot.
shape, not eating properly. And about a month before our wedding,
But by the way, sorry, I didn't know about all of this, like how much it was. I didn't know. He didn't really share
didn't
that
tell
with
that,
me.
yeah.
If I had
Guys, keep
known,
that to
Guys.
if
yourself.
I had known, I would have been like, I can help, like, because
Yeah.
I was just cool. I was fine, like. But he
Did you guys have a big
He
wedding?
didn't share all of that.
yeah, 400
Yeah,
people.
about 300, 400 people.
400 people.
That's,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
medium size.
Medium.
Yeah,
Compared
it's
to
true.
typical
Compared to-
Nigeria weddings. I mean, our own, we have.
Yeah, how many did you? How many?
1,000 plus.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah.
Carnival. Yeah, continue, sir.
My
So,
mouth.
so look, and you can imagine as well. I was young as well, so the money wasn't,
The money wasn't long.
It wasn't as it is now, innit?
Come on.
Come on.
It will
Hey.
go.
It wasn't, with Tenko. So there was a lot of stress, and a month before the wedding, I had a pain in my mouth, and you know how us men, we just leave it. So
Do you know how many times I said go check out the tooth? Because we thought it was a tooth,
Yeah.
innit? Because
Yeah.
it was, we just thought
Toothache.
it was tooth. I just kept James, go to the dentist, just check it out. He's like, no, work. I said, you need to go to the dentist. And I remember we were at the park, and a lot of our dates as well were at the park or the museum. Like, I remember those days, James. So
Good
different
days,
now,
good
isn't it? The
days.
good days. And we went to the park, have picnic and things like that. And I remember I was in the park, and I was on the bench. I was like, James, you need to go, because he was in a lot of pain. I was like, you need to check it out. And then he finally went to go check it out.
yeah, I went to check it out, and then
It's like a month
they
before
said it was a
the
wisdom tooth.
Okay.
So I was thinking, okay, you hear a lot of friends and people saying that they had
That
wisdom
pain is,
tooth. It's a
evil.
lot.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, wow, this is painful. So when I went to take out the wisdom tooth, the guy was like, this is not a wisdom tooth. This is a tumor growing in your jaw. This is serious. And I was like,
Wow.
A month before your wedding.
it's a month before my wedding.
A month before.
A
Before,
month
yeah,
before the wedding.
yeah, and
So a month
then-
before the wedding.
But he didn't tell me it was a tumor. He just told me that it doesn't look like it's a wisdom, and I need to go to. They referred me to the hospital, and I need to basically get it checked out. That's what he
Right.
said.
Yeah. So so long story short, I
No,
went.
don't make it short.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
So I went to the hospital and the doctor did it kind of wrong. They did a biopsy. You know biopsy when they have
out
to
your
get
skin.
a sample. They want
Yeah.
a sample. Instead of him taking it from inside, he did He did it from outside, like
Right.
cut my face
Yeah.
whilst I was awake. Local anesthetic,
Yeah.
and then took it. But it was like So what had happened is that there wasn't enough of the biopsy or the sample.
Just on the surface. probably,
Yeah.
And also as well, because he did it from the outside, what ended up happening is it pushed a lot of the tumor towards my outer face.
Okay.
So he made it worse.
He made it worse.
My God.
He made it worse. So I was going back and forth every week, every Friday. I remember the day, Friday, to find out what the results was, and they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, so we were just waiting. So we were just each Friday. we
Until the
did
day
comments.
before, the day before my wedding, Friday, the day before my wedding, Saturday. So the day before my wedding, then they told me, look, we know what it is. It's sarcoma tumor.
Which is cancer.
Which is cancer. Yeah.
But he said,
but
don't. He said, don't. I don't want you to go and do research on it. So he didn't mention cancer to me. He just
Yeah.
said the tumor.
Right.
Yes.
But you guys know what
Yeah,
sarcoma
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I didn't know, and I was like, he said, don't go and do.
No, whenever I hear tumor, I just automatically think
Yeah,
it's cancer.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, sarcoma. It's a cancer.
Sarcoma is
Okay.
a form of a cancer. Yeah.
Cancer.
Okay.
Right.
So
What's that? Sorry, if you don't mind. What type
it's
of
a
cancer is that?
mandible. So it was like a tumor. It was a cancer in my jaw.
Right.
So my actual mandible jaw, there was a tumor growing inside my jaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can imagine. I then he said, look, just go off, get married, go to Egypt for your honeymoon, and in 2 weeks' time when you come back, we'll then book you in to do the surgery.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, it's not that deep.
So did you tell her?
So I was at work. I couldn't take that day off. When he called me and told me, you know what? I couldn't even. There's just so many emotions and feelings that you have in that moment because you're trying to stay strong and trying to think, but then you're getting married tomorrow. You're about to start a new life with, like, you had, like, my sweet husband. We're waiting for the first night. We're waiting for to spend our life together, and this just can't. Honestly, it was just a shock. So I didn't really. There were so many emotions I couldn't really register it.
I think from my perspective is the reason why I thought, of course I was going to tell her, I had to tell her, but I wanted to give her out.
Yeah, so then we met up later. Yeah, we met up later. That
I said to
always
her,
makes me emotional when I think about it.
I always remember I was standing on the balcony. I could see like someone playing the piano. It was very emotional.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start crying.
Isn't it? Just like
And I said to myself, do you know what? This is potentially going to be really serious. So let me see issues, because I didn't want to set her up. You know, like I said to her, look, maybe we can just put the wedding on hold. Let me have the surgery, and then in the future we can have the wedding. Yeah. Because I didn't know how my face was going to look
and how long the chemo, because he was supposed to, all of that stuff.
You know, so
yeah, we had the conversation. He was like, Desireen, you know, I love you, but you know, I've got cancer now, so I don't want to ruin your life. I was like, Yemi, don't. Why is Yemi doing this?
Come on, darling.
But it was literally like, oh, don't, you're actually going to bring me back to my feelings. And he was like, and I said, no, I love you. And I said, I commit to my vows the night before that I vow to be with you through thick and thin, through sickness and through health. And no matter how hard it's going to be, we're going to get through this. And it was an emotional night because they said he has high grade cancer and it's spreading.
The tumor they didn't mention
the night before. They said it's cancerous, but they didn't say it was high grade.
Okay,
they didn't say it was spreading.
Right.
Yeah, there's so many levels to this. But that was the Friday night, and I couldn't sleep. Like I couldn't sleep. The girls was like, go into your room.
Did you tell your friends?
Yeah, so I told my friends. I told the bridesmaids. Everyone. It was just.
So
you guys still had the wedding?
We still had the wedding.
Had the wedding.
I said to him, we're going to make it work. We're going to get through this. Yeah. We didn't know how it was going to happen. We knew there had to be some kind of journey after, but we were just like, we're going to get through this together.
What's interesting is that I'm a typical like Nigerian guy. You know, we've grown up to not cry, and every time you cry, your dad would beat us, sort of thing. So
sorry.
I'm so done. Why are you crying?
Can you imagine? You're crying and they're beating you for crying.
I'm so done.
So like I wouldn't cry.
Yeah.
And I remember when Desiree was walking down the aisle, I started tearing up, and
too much.
You know, and it felt good.
Yeah, and
it felt good because I hadn't cried for so long. You know, when
James, can you explain us that moment?
What brought you to your tears?
What brought me to my tears is because.
There you go, darling.
Oh, thanks, babe. Do you know what's funny? I don't cry. Like I cry, but
listen, she didn't cry on her wedding day.
I'll be like, I'm gonna cry, and then the tear will never drop.
But you were
feeling it. You're feeling it.
Because I thought about like how you felt.
Even when I think about it, I try to pause it in my brain because if I do, it always just comes because it just brings you back to that moment. Like it's about to be the best day.
That's what I'm saying. Girls dream for this day and they'll plan it for years.
And then
to find out a day before that their husband's
got
cancer.
Like, you know when you get married, you're like, you can't wait to enjoy this sweet life with your husband, like travel, enjoy. We couldn't do any. We'll speak about that because the after was.
Yeah. So
it was
the reason why I cried is because I didn't cry fully, like you know.
James, you cried.
You were like,
James, you cried.
That roasting is about to finish now.
He went like this on his brother's chest. Remember? Like you even leaned on his. Yeah, it was a real cry.
Yeah. Do you remember that video of that guy that went viral? That was weeping.
Oh, that
I don't even know why he was crying.
I know, but that guy was weeping.
But maybe there was a story.
There's probably a story.
Someone, this one is love.
But let's be honest.
Maybe women have done him dirty. You never know.
I know you never know.
You never know what his story is, man.
Yeah, it's true.
The reason why I cried, I felt emotional because, like she in my head when she was coming, I was like, she's already fulfilled the vows. It's not, you know, people say the vows, but they don't really mean it. But she's actually lived it. She's actually done it already.
Because you had said to her the night before.
If you want to
and I said
bye. Yeah. And I couldn't believe he said, I just was so
21.
broken. Yeah, it was, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared because I was like, and you know when you think of that, you just think of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look after. Like you just think of
everything's just crashing before you,
and then you don't know how it's gonna be the next few months, the next few years. You just don't know how it's gonna be.
Can I ask, how was your faith during that time? That's what I'd like to know.
So in the beginning, when we first found out, my response was automatic, like try to be the strong, like try and be strong, because I couldn't imagine how James was feeling because it was him. So I was just like, we're gonna get through this. It's fine. Like God is going to heal you. He's going to be fine. He's our healer. We're going to get through this. But of course, he still had those feelings. Do you know what I mean? Because for this to even come, you think, how did this even happen? You start to think, how, why? You start to question and you hear aunties, uncles saying their faults.
Attacks.
You know. So and then it was hard. And then when we got through the whole, when we came back.
That's from your perspective. But what's interesting from my perspective,
It was different.
I was angry.
He was very-
revolted. You know, like, because I've come from that lifestyle of like, and of course, I'm not, who am I? I'm not worthy. Because you know, it's kind of like pride, or like you think you deserve better sort of thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I let go of the wild lifestyle. I've been celibate. I've been fighting. You know, driving home with blue balls and you know.
James is not letting this
This
one
guy
go.
said 5 years. 5 years, Lord.
Yeah.
5 years.
James is not letting that one go, boy.
5 years a slave.
Done. I'm actually done, James.
I finally made it to the promised land. And take it away from me.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was.
So
We
it's for-
can
yeah,
understand.
For me, it was like
You were
Were
angry.
you like
was-
angry? Were you angry at God? More so.
I
like,
was.
How can this be happening to me?
I was
basically?
angry. I was.
And
Yeah.
at that time, I think I was the first one to get married in my family, innit, James, with my siblings.
Yeah.
Like,
And same
it
with
was-
my
yeah,
family.
we were just,
Right.
we were doing everything right, and then for
Yeah.
everyone to now see that everything is just going wrong, it's like, God, what is going on? Like,
And then because I was going back and forth to like the hospital for like checkups, and they were preparing me for chemotherapy, and what was going to happen.
wait, no, so we went on holiday first.
They went on
Yeah.
holiday.
Got married.
We skipped it.
How was the honeymoon?
So the wedding day itself alone,
Yeah.
so I could see James was in pain. But he was
Pain.
trying not to like,
Mamma mia.
and his face started
it was-
swelling more. So our wedding pictures are all from one side. So he was taking pictures from
Yeah.
one side, because you can see some people were obviously kind of wondering, and I was just like, oh, it's a tooth, like.
Too fair, kind
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
the tooth
yeah.
or the swollen thing, because that's what we thought it was originally anyway.
Because some people would have cancelled that wedding.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. So I was like, no, we're not going to do it. And then he was taking tablets throughout the day, innit, James, like painkillers.
So many tablets, and to the point where I started to feel numb. You know, when you don't feel yourself anymore.
Yeah.
It helped in the, you know,
in that department.
in that department when we go to the hotel.
We did have a lovely night.
Okay.
He even bought CD play. No, guys. Guys. James
Even Chili
bought,
Payne, bruv.
James
Man
bought a
said-
stereo in the at that time, did they even have, I don't know, because we didn't really use phones and stuff. I don't know, it was different back then, 10 years
Yeah.
ago. James bought a stereo
MP3.
in the suitcase, and he had the CD. My friend Juliet, shout out to Juliet,
Yeah,
she made the
Made the
playlist.
playlist.
She made the
Oh,
playlist.
The
With the
play-
CD, it was like Desiree and James honeymoon or something.
The playlist was funny though.
Yeah, it was nice,
a-
and it was like petals. It was funny though.
The playlist was too
Different
wide.
tunes.
It wasn't
We'll
right.
go from
You know?
one genre to one. But it was nice. We had a lovely night.
From
And
love
then the
songs to
next
funky
morning-
house, boy.
Yeah, it was funny. And I think the next morning James wasn't feeling well, and we were supposed to fly out that day. And then I think
go
we
to
called
Egypt.
the yeah
To go to Egypt,
to
yeah.
go, and then we called the insurance and stuff to try and find out. Like, yeah, we tried to,
See
but
if,
then
see if we can cancel it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then maybe fly it after the surgery. But then they were like, no, if you cancel now, you lose all
want
the
their
money.
money.
Yeah,
back.
but then
And
the
I'm like-
doctors gave the go ahead. So that's the only reason why we went, because they said you can go.
Go.
But I couldn't get insured.
Yeah.
That was what it was. Like, I couldn't get insurance.
Yeah.
So it's a big risk flying out to Egypt,
Yeah.
not
But
being insured.
he was like, Desmond, I want you to. He was just thinking. He was just like, I want you to enjoy your honeymoon. I want us to at least have this moment. So we went. Then
This sounds like a film, bro.
Did something happen on holiday?
so we were supposed to go for 2 weeks. We had to come back after 3 days because the tumor, in the space of 3 days, it grew like into. Before it was just like a swelling. By the time he got back, it was like an orange on the side of his, like it was growing aggressively, like, and then he couldn't breathe properly. He couldn't swallow. He
On
was
holiday?
on holiday, and I said,
My
we are in
God.
Egypt. That's when Egypt was the place to go.
So like within
That's when we came back. That was in 3 days.
3 days, it grew from like the size of like a
was
golf
small.
ball to like this, like an orange.
Alone. So I was
Yeah.
like, we can't stay here longer because I don't know what is gonna happen in the next. So we came back. We came back to London 3 days. We came back in the night. We went straight to the hospital.
Is that
And we
what was
said,
there?
Yeah, so that's the tumour
one
there.
tumour. So we went
Yeah.
back. We went to the hospital and we said, like, what's happening? You guys said that we can go,
Hmm.
and then the other doctor came and said, I don't know who told you to go.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in Egypt on the sunbed, I couldn't eat no more because it was got so big that it closed up my windpipe. So
gosh.
I was only having
It was
liquid.
scary.
yeah.
It was scary, guys.
And I remember just sitting there in the sunbed because this is me trying to be Mr. Romantic,
Yeah.
and give her
Mr.
the.
Romantic, or you want to go?
I know.
I'm telling you.
Hey.
So you couldn't do.
And
we
I
couldn't.
remember just sitting. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like I remember saying to myself, I'm gonna die here in Egypt. And if I pass out or something, and then go into Egypt
in
hospital,
Egypt. Come on.
I might not come out alive, or I'll come out looking like Chucky, you know. So
James, stop.
Your husband's
It's too much.
so like I was like, look, I would love to stay and continue giving this great honeymoon, but
But he
this
said
is-
to me, we have to
this
go.
is
And that's when I
serious now.
knew
I need
that,
to go.
yeah,
I
we
need
need
to
to
go.
go back. So we flew back, and then we went straight to the hospital when we landed. And James was obviously mad at them, like, you told us to go. And then
No.
You did remember when?
Yeah, I was. But then when I got transferred to the other hospital, UCL, really good surgeons out there. So big up Mr. K. He's a really good surgeon.
Mr. K, we love you.
Yeah, Mr. K. And
I remember Mr. K and all of his team. There's like 10 of them in the room, and they're like, I don't know why you went out to Egypt. This is serious. This is
serious.
Telling you
Because
off.
I'm sure with the heat would have made it worse.
Yeah.
The heat, the humidity.
They're getting it tan.
Yeah, and then and it's
Suffering.
still
Yeah.
exactly. And I remember him saying his exact words, like how you could have. Something could have really gone wrong here. This is high grade cancer and it's spreading. It's active, like it's spreading, like strong. We need to start chemotherapy ASAP. When I heard the term chemotherapy, I just said, Lord.
I was like, bun that. I was
As soon as
like,
you hear that, it's like,
You just think this
gosh.
is the journey now. This is going to be a long term journey. And
I remember for me when I heard chemo, and I think because I was going in and out of the hospital, and I remember seeing people with similar surgery to me,
wow.
and they look like they, when they're dribbling and
Yeah,
through it.
even
their
after
eye and
surgery, it
the whole
still
face
looks-
is
The hair
mashed
and
up
everything,
and their
yeah.
hair, and I was like, bun that. I remember saying, look, either you heal me, God, or kill me. That was literally
Yeah, that was the point
the
he was
mindset I was in. Like I was like, you see, look, why am I wasting my time coming to church and this whole God thing? Look, if you can't heal me, it's better you die, and then let people know that's the reason why I died, because you couldn't heal me. I was just in a mad
it was hard.
mindset.
Giving him obligation, saying,
It was
do
hard.
this.
Like you do
or-
this, like you do this.
Yeah,
do
because
this.
it just couldn't.
Yeah. And what was mad is that they want me to do chemotherapy for like I
At
think
least minimum.
for 6 months, minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
Minimum. 3 days in hospital doing the chemo, 10 days at home. 3 days in hospital, 10 days at home, back and forth for 6 months.
At least, and then they'll see if it was spreading.
That's
And then
it.
so that was.
How's your mental health during that time, bro? Must have been
Was
all
you
over the
depressed?
shop, man.
I wasn't.
was
I wasn't
You
depressed.
say just more anger.
I was just in.
He was in a
I was in
different.
mad mode. You
And
know,
it was
like
hard for me. We just got married. I wanted to be sweet.
wanna
It
enjoy.
was
Yeah.
hard. And then even after that, so then that happened. And then they said to us that we're going to start chemotherapy. He's going to start chemotherapy in a month. So that's when we just started praying. Started praying. Listen, we were waking up every hour. We were like, listen, we are not accepting this.
Yes.
Like, we're not accepting it. Even though you feel it, but in it, you just have to do, like, you have to just stand up
through,
and
yeah.
just use your faith. So we were praying. And then the day when James went in, we were already, he packed his bags and everything to start the chemo. And then the week before, they have to like do scans of his whole body and just to make sure that he's all okay to get the chemo, because it's such a strong treatment. And then the day that he went in, he called me and he was like, Desiree, they said that I don't have to do the chemo. I said, what? And then he said that they looked at the scans from the week when he was coming in and saw that the cancer cells are no longer high grade, it's no longer spreading, it's stagnant.
Hey!
So they can
Jesus
just
is
operate
Lord.
and remove the tumour. I remember when James called me, I was at work, I dropped on the floor at work, because this is what they just told us, that we're going to start the chemo treatment, and within a couple of weeks of us praying and before you went in for the day to actually start the treatment, they said, James, you don't have to do chemo anymore. The cancer's not spreading. We just have to remove the tumour.
God is good.
I was like, this, and when James was always like, God, I said, James, this is God showing you. This is God showing
then
you.
you're
But
still
it
not
still wasn't
hearing
good
it.
enough.
Yeah,
It still
yeah.
wasn't good enough.
It's
It
not
wasn't
because
enough.
you're going through the journey, so you can't
It
accept
wasn't
anything
enough.
else. It's just
So-
say you're in it.
So the wedding was at September the 28th, and I ended up having the surgery in November. So this is around October when they said They said, look, we found a slot for you in November to go and do the surgery. Sorry, what day is it today? Oh, in 1 week's time, it would be 10 years anniversary of my surgery. And
Wow.
the guy was like, we found someone who's fallen out. They've died, of course, so they can't take the surgery. So there's one space available.
That's what it
And-
was, literally.
And I was like, look, give it to someone else. I was like,
That's what you said. You were.
I said, look, I said, look, it's either God heals me or I die. I'm not having this big surgery and walking around here in London, big
Yeah, because we
London.
were seeing people. Remember, we were seeing people that
Seeing
had
people-
the same thing as James, and then,
Man.
it was scary.
it
But I
was-
was like, it's fine, James. I still love you. Like, it's
Hey.
fine.
Okay.
So I was even preparing myself for James to look
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
because the people that we saw, basically, because even after the surgery, James's whole side was in, like it was
Right.
all in.
Dented.
This
like,
part was all in.
yeah,
There was like a big dent pushed
bump,
in.
like I
So
hit
I
by a
kind
car or
of-
something.
yeah.
From when they
Bam.
obviously they've
Yeah,
taken
they
it out.
took
So
everything.
the context is
It was a 19-hour surgery.
How many? 19 hours.
19 hours.
Yeah, and I was at home. I couldn't sleep. I had to wait for a phone call.
No.
No.
I wish.
Man, shit. I was at home just like, I was waiting for that phone call. Imagine. 19 hours. It was long. It was. I don't think they even went over. They went over.
So what they did is I got tracheostomy. So they put a hole in here so I can breathe. And then they removed my jaw from here to here.
My
And the
God.
teeth. And the teeth
So,
all on one side.
so the from my canine. So they left my canine on my right side.
Yeah.
Everything else they gutted.
Everything else.
So they took everything, plus some teeth on the top, all of the skin, everything. They completely gutted out my face.
My
Because they've got
God.
to take everything out in it. Because if they leave anything, they took everything out and they took the bone from the leg.
Both my fibula from my leg, they broke it into shape,
These doctors.
and they
That's
meshed.
amazing.
These doctors.
On a
But
separate.
that just makes you feel like God, like, because when you even look at the Bible and stuff, just taking the rib, that's
Took the
And that's an interesting point you make because
yeah.
this is the reason why I did surgery is because I was adamant I'm not doing that. I said I'm not doing it, and my brother again, the same one who
The one that God said.
God said exactly. He said, like, who was the first surgeon in the world? And he mentioned about Adam and Eve. He said, took the rib and created Eve.
yeah.
So he just said, you kind of said something like in the sense of you have to see that doctor, as in Jesus, our Savior, is working through him to literally, do a miraculous work on you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay. Right, I don't know. I'm gonna sleep today, but
It was hard, man.
yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, guys, that day, when they called me and said it was done, I went straight to the school. He could talk. He couldn't. I went in to look at him and I burned these tears. I've never seen James like that in my life. He was in intensive care for 6 weeks, in ICU for 6 weeks. We stayed in the hospital for 2 months. I think it was in 2 months. Every day I was going to the hospital. Every day.
And because I was young and we didn't drink, like, now we're older, we learned that, Jesus in Cana. So it
why wanted to wear and say it's okay.
My sister told me what the justification.
When we finally read that verse, we then realized, okay, we cancelled because I had spent so much time not drinking and taking the medicine, the stuff they put in it. Oh, it was a concoction. It was mad. I was new people. I was
Out of it, innit?
out of it.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I remember seeing, so I thought your sister was coming.
Yeah.
In my head, when she was there, come to see me, I was saying to myself, it's her sister. That's like,
No, he did.
I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk. In my head, I'm like, go away.
Yeah.
So with the first time I saw him, I came in. First time I was like bursting in tears. I came up to him, he was like, James, and he's like,
But he couldn't say anything, but he was just
Yeah, that's in my head. I'm so gone with drugs. I think it's her sisters.
So you were
I was like,
hallucinating?
You're thinking, you're always be here.
I was
Sister.
crying. I was wondering, does he not remember me? So he go, you just start thinking like.
I've got my chest out. Where's the sister? No, this.
it was hard. He couldn't speak for how long? 4 weeks or 6 weeks?
Look, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't speak for.
Weeks.
Long.
It was weeks. Couldn't speak. Couldn't eat.
So how did you guys, like, when you wanted something, what was you doing to get her?
Eventually, he could write, but in the beginning, he couldn't
Just chilling.
Just
Just
sitting
there.
And the thing is, when
talk.
you're never prepared enough for the surgery, and when you come out from the other side and your face is in pain,
That's like a C-section,
You're-
isn't it? Like,
you're in the bed. You're in the bed, and they've wrapped you in the too hot. You can't talk. They
Yeah,
say,
that's-
I'm too hot.
And that was all in my head. Like, are they looking after? Because James can't communicate. Are they looking after him? Does he didn't think?
They got a cannula. You know a cannula.
Yeah.
They put it inside the phone.
yeah.
Phone inside.
And you scream.
And I remember waking up.
It's a can.
Oh, sorry.
Avatar.
Cannula. Like cannula. Can
See that
cannula's one.
See that inside the penis.
So yeah, catheter is the one that they put inside.
Yeah, catheter. Yeah.
And I remember waking up and I was like, why?
What's this mean?
What's this pain? I remember this.
Watch it. Get out.
I'm finished.
It's mad because I worked as a nurse.
Yeah.
And in the hospital, I saw a guy there and they were trying to yank it out. That I quit that day. Just so you know. After that,
Because this is powerful with it. When the figures were on the topic, I remember when
Is it appropriate?
No, it's fine.
it's fine.
the day when I was taking it out, it was actually a Filipino man that was taking it out.
See, like, nah, bro. There's someone else. Bring someone else. You want the ladies in there.
Oh, but he sat like in front of me when he was sitting facing him like this.
You know what's up? Could you talk then?
I could talk, but it was like it wasn't. You could hear it very well.
It's just your little eyes. No.
James, you didn't tell me the story.
You relax and relax. You relax and we're going to take it slowly. And the guy took him slowly and looked in my eyes.
Oh my God! It's the moment, bro.
Thank God it came out. I tell you what.
He's trying to advance for it.
Thank God it came out now. And then it was the road to recovery at home. Then when he came home, that was a whole different. And I remember I was scared for him to see his face because I remember you didn't see your face the whole time.
Oh, serious?
So after that, one side was no nerves and one side nerves. So when he smiled, only one side would. This whole side was puffy and still and numb. He looked so scary.
So what is after you do the surgery? I don't know how long they have to give a period of time for you not to see yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And because apparently a lot of people, when they see themselves too quick, they go to shock.
Yeah.
It can mess the And I remember going in for the first time to see my face because I went to the bathroom to have a shower. And when I walked in,
I remember you went skinny as well. Remember, James went skinny.
I walked in, I didn't really see my body as well.
James
and when I walked in,
skinny.
the first thing I saw was 6 pack.
Before your face. He said, I got an ass.
I was pretty quick. Because I went from this size, like this size, and I went down to let's say
skinny
I went down to about 13 stone.
It was skinny.
And I'm about 18 right now. From this figure, I went down to 13, so I had a 6 pack.
I was still done.
So I could see it from far. I was like, what?
That's a good start.
When I got close, I saw my face. I was a lot more impressed than was like, okay, it's not
as bad.
It's not as bad as I could see the dip, and it looked bad, but it wasn't as bad as I anticipated.
So, like, obviously, after the whole surgery, was you like para to go out? People looking at you, asking you questions.
It's interesting. The day before when I was going to do the surgery, and this is what helped me, and I've held this ever since. When I walked in, I remember it was very dark. The energy in the room of like other people who are going to go through similar surgery, people who are sick, people who are recovering, people who are. I remember seeing one guy, he had a same tumor, but behind his head, so it was popping out of his nose. So like he had like so much people going through a lot, and I remember seeing men who you can tell that they were rich, they were poor, they were young, they were old, and they all looked broken. And you could tell that their being was taken. You know, when their soul was taken. And I said to myself, you know what? If I come out of the other side and I'm well, I have to not allow this to ever, take all my confidence. I have to just roll with the punches. And that was it. Like people, of course, will look at me, but I don't allow it to affect me.
That doesn't define you.
It doesn't. I use it as a talking point. Someone said, "Oh, what happened there?" We can talk about the situation. So you have to have a positive mindset.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, that's what James said. It was hard. And then after, when we went home, the recovery was long because James was no longer working. It was just my income, which was lower at the time. Wow. It was hard financially. Every single. It was hard. It's hard. And newlyweds, we couldn't be, intimate, like learning from each other as well. And that also took a big effect on our marriage later on in the years. we noticed that it did affect our intimacy.
I remember when we finally got to the house, I had it's like a leg suck on. Like imagine something they put on my leg because I've got a big hole. I had a big hole in my leg from when the
They took this bone out.
and the skin graft it failed. So
It failed.
the skin graft failed.
Oh yeah, there's like infections. The whole leg was like, oh,
So my whole leg it was like a massive hole with like flesh because the skin graft they put on top to cover it had failed. So it fell off. So I had like something that was on my leg in the tube and to a machine that was pumping.
yeah, it's like,
And it was
Then we checked it.
And so even when we were intimate, when the body just when it pops out.
oh, yeah, it was a journey. It was a journey. It was hard. It was so hard. That
Switching positions and then
like
turn it to a knife.
you couldn't move one leg or wow, freestyle boy. Actually, it was hard. So yeah, he was off, and then rent was so expensive. Then we couldn't really afford it. So then we needed help, and then it was only I think it was it in the hospital? Someone advised us to try and see if we can get help with the council. We had to end up going to a council for it because we couldn't afford it. Food, we were literally just having rice, vegetable, mackerel, the tin mackerel. Yeah, literally, it was really hard. And at that time, we weren't really, we were kind of keeping it to ourselves. Like, I didn't want to ask for help.
Oh.
I didn't want to ask for help. I don't know. I just knew we can live off rice, we can live off vegetables, we can live off these things. And I just wanted us. And you know why? Because whenever we kind of spoke to people, they always kind of pitied us, and they were kind of
didn't want that.
Yeah, you kind of, we're in the same vibe, like we're getting through this, and I didn't want to hear that from outside. It was hard for me, and I just realized,
Especially at 21.
yeah, and I think that was what was hard because there were times I missed my sister already because I was like, I'm married, I'm not with my sister. I had to kind of be strong for my husband. It was hard, but at the same time, I was just like, we're going to get through this. So I just had to take each day as it came. And yeah, we got through it. And then a few years, then he was all clear. We didn't have to do chemo. We didn't have to do radiotherapy, anything. It was just recovery. And then it was just the reconstructive surgeries and stuff. Yeah, and then we got through it. But it was hard. It was hard for the first, how many years do you think it kind of affected us? Quite a few years. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 years. Like, to be fair, I think probably say what I'm trying to think. Probably from 4 years ago is when.
Yeah, 5 years. I thought.
When 5 years ago.
So for the first 5 years of our lives was really hard because everything, we were just started all over again, like with everything. And you know, when you see everyone else doing so well, everyone else progressing, everyone else doing this, achieving that, and you're kind of just looking at your situation. It was hard.
I still kind of think about it. We're kind of 5 years behind our plan. Like,
yeah,
where we are now, we're thankful, we're doing very well. But in my head, I'm always like, I'm 5 years.
I've done this. So
but I don't think like that. No, I'm just like, we're here. Right,
yeah.
we're here. There's people that are not even here. There's people that are
I
not
always say that.
Yeah, you have to be grateful for where we are.
And you know what's funny? Because I was just thinking that me and Toddy always have this conversation about renewal vows at 10 years. So I think it's a bit too soon. But then hearing what you guys.
Yeah, and even when I said to him I wanted to renew our vows at 10 years, he didn't really want to. He just wanted to go on holiday and enjoy. But I said I really
guys have been
need
for
to
a lot.
and really actually enjoy it because we didn't get to enjoy it. We did not get to enjoy it. When I look back at the wedding pictures, I just remember the whole process. It's like it was amazing that we got married, but it wasn't the day that I dreamed of. So when I was like 10 years is coming up, and he was like,
you guys look amazing.
Thank you. And I was like, yeah, I need to get in shape for this. I want us to look good for this. And we just had the best day. So yeah, celebrating over.
Did you help plan that as well?
No.
It's fine. This one he didn't even know, innit? Most things when he turned up, it was like, oh, okay, this is what the place looks like. Oh, this is the food, yeah. Oh, this is the.
I think, do you know what actually? I think because I know my bedroom was once we do a lot more, like we do a lot of stuff together, but she tends to plan a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I think maybe I've got trauma from that.
So maybe I should just relax.
Maybe it's that.
That's right.
Because James, I always tell him I want him to start planning. Because one of my, love language is quality time and just to feel like he has made the effort to plan something.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really do it.
I like that. I like. Do you know what? I feel like making the effort.
Do you like planning stuff like that?
I'm misorganized.
Okay.
But I like it as well when Tony obviously is like, let's let him lead.
But he doesn't do that.
The amount of times, I think for me, it's like, sometimes I buy her a necklace or something. Do I see her wearing it?
Oh,
So while
I feel you.
yes, no, if you know what you want, just go and get what you want.
But it's not gifts.
Are you the sort of person that will just give her the
Just
money?
take the
Yes.
cash.
And then go about
It's not even gifts. I'm not even gifts. I'm not a gift person, James, and you know it. I'm not a gift person.
It's the fault.
It's the fault. It's the small things.
Yeah.
Last time I bought her flowers. Guess what? Did the flowers even?
Don't lie.
It's so funny because the other day I was telling people their mummy birthday cards anymore. I used to love birthday cards but now that I'm older, I'm just like, I used to be like, I threw them one away last week.
Look, I bought her flowers. Did it go into a vase with water?
No, James, there must have been something that happened that week because I always put the flowers out.
Like you guys have two beautiful boys.
Wait.
Children,
How did they-
and they are the 1 and 2.
I did
1 and
Striker.
1 and 2. So you went and then you went again.
And then we went first, and then we had a miscarriage actually, which was really hard as well. After, listen, it was hard because as soon as we were better, we were like, let's have a baby, and then we lost our first one, which was a whole. I'm sorry for that. But then we have our 2 beautiful, precious boys, Joel and Ruben, and
They tell you, man, they're so cute.
they are full on. They are full on. They have energy from
Active.
morning to night.
One of
And
his boys.
So you're staying at home, man.
I'm staying
And
home.
what do you money maker?
Hold on, the money maker now as well.
He said, Jenny, 23.
So yeah, but we're bringing in the money.
Nice.
I didn't do investment.
But he always, do you know what? He's so funny because when I even tried to, not even trying to get.
You forgot where you came from? You know you offering?
I remember.
You know me, when I just kept telling him, Jeff, I want to start sharing things. He would obviously be the one that would be buying me the clothes and stuff, and he would always complain, Desi, look, buy too much. Your boy, I said, James, but this is what I like to do, and it's gonna, and I had to really convince him. He was my photographer. Every time I said, James, take pictures.
Oh,
He will take one picture. I'll say, James,
I feel like every guy's like that. When I ask
The
wait,
majority of your pictures of your profile, who took them?
wait, it's just not good. Do you know what it is? I feel like it's always like a struggle.
It is.
When it's me taking pictures of Tolu, I know the angles, I know the lion, but when it's my turn,
It's long. She'll hold my hand like this and say, stand there, stay there, stay there.
do you know what? It took him time because he was like that in the beginning. It was like that.
When then what happened?
But over time,
they investing in the south.
he invested in the sauce. Why? Because she's all the money was ready for her.
Is it the chef? She can't come back.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll be out here with like, does she not take a picture? I said, James,
We wouldn't
does he
hear that.
stand there? You were like, I'm like, okay, well, all right, let me take a picture then.
You know?
Right.
But no, so a while ago, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. And then, yeah, he was like, let's do it. And now it's just, I can be at home with the kids. And even before we had kids, I said to him that I wanted to be at home for the first few years because
I used to say that.
I just wanted to be at home with them. And I think because my parents were hardworking, they were always at work. And obviously they had to work. But I wanted to be at home with them just whilst then.
Yeah.
And this just allowed me, everything just worked out, and thank God. But
Yeah.
I love it, but it's still busy. Content creating is not easy. It's not just...
Take a picture.
What do you do?
So it's by the side, lifestyle, motherhood, affordable fashion. Like, I just...
You see, a fashionista, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I got this supplement. You know, I'll see you.
See,
So where can you find your Instagram? Where can I find you?
at Desreen, Des_Reen, and I was on TikTok, but I didn't really like TikTok. But it wasn't my
Go and get a TikTok. Grandma.
but TikTok's the same one. No, TikTok is good. It's just the audience is different.
I know. It's a different world,
It's
man.
different world.
Sure.
But yeah, we love it. And James works from home most days, so it's really, really helpful. But yeah, we love the
Silence
boys.
investing.
It's just busy with the boys. With having 2 children, 2 babies, 2 toddlers.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well done. But we love them.
We love them.
Yeah.
So obviously people have they have their views on marriage and whatnot. Is it later? So what advice would you give our viewers in terms of marriage, relationship?
Would you say marriage is lit?
Would you say, yeah, that's our thing, is marriage lit?
Look, I think marriage is lit.
Yeah.
I think that there's seasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what people have to understand. Like, when we didn't have the kids and we were traveling, we were passport babes and everything.
That's hilarious. People wait, what's
You want the stuff, you got the old ones and you're making them new passport babes. That's how you.
Passport babes and you know, pimp daddy, you know, whatever they call it. The wedding that.
I've actually done with them.
It was easier then.
It's
Go and do what you want to do.
doing, you know, traveling restaurants. When we've had the kids, we had that period of we're in love with the two little our boys.
Yeah.
We're still in love about that period. We're still in love about 2 kids.
No, I love my boys.
Talk about what?
No. I mean, when we had the first one, Joel, it was that first kid.
One is easy.
The second one, when the second one came,
Is it the second one?
it's like compounding interest. You know, you don't see where it's coming, but it's now so much going on with the little boys, and I'm working.
Because they're toddlers, they're so little, and they're boys as well. They're mummy's boys, of course. And now they just want mummy all the time.
Yeah.
It's full on. So that, like James says, marriage is beautiful, marriage is amazing. But there are seasons, there are definitely seasons. There are seasons when the love is... There are seasons when you just...
Yeah.
I just want to kill them. There's so many seasons to it. But I love James, and I love that we got married from young. I'm so happy that we've been able to work together, build our life together, learn together, change together. We've changed, we've grown, we've evolved. And that's another thing. I feel like in marriage, we don't stay the same. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I feel like
I've changed. I've changed for the better.
yeah, we
I feel like I'm changing. I feel like I'm getting more like an African man. Like
I feel like he is.
The older I'm getting,
Yeah.
I'm like I've got to.
Is always the image of
like he's even
I'm
when he has had enough. Yeah. Sometimes he just has he's had enough of me sometimes.
Yeah, so I feel like now, like, you know, when you look at your kids and you're about to tell them off, and like, I understand why my dad do like wasn't hitting me or what. I'm getting it, like
Yeah.
He gave you, yeah.
But I love it. I love the journey, and it's just amazing. We've got 2 young boys. We've got to raise them to be sensible, respectful. That's a hard job. That's like we've been blessed to have that opportunity. But that's even on my head, you know, I still think about that, being intentional with our boys, especially in this day and age and everything that's going on and all the distractions, all the confusion and stuff. That's also on my head, making sure that we are present and we're just making sure that we're giving to them, and also giving in our relationship, find that time, because even in this season, like James was saying, finding time with just us 2 is... We've got a family to support and stuff, but then because they're so little and they're so demanding, you know, we don't want to do too much. But recently we had our holiday without the kids. Our holiday was it was nice, isn't it? We just went to Morocco. It was hot. It was 38 degrees. It was
We've got the hot air balloon trip.
Come on. It was beautiful. And I said we need to go another one.
Wait, you guys went on a hot air balloon?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was
You
fun.
never.
I would actually.
Do you know what Do you know what?
I would.
I was scared.
Is that the one that has the balloons everywhere?
Literally, yeah. And you're in the air. At first I was scared, but he's like, Destiny, this is your gift for your anniversary. And do you know, it was the best experience I've ever experienced. It was the best.
It looks scary, but when you get on, you don't really feel it going up and down, and don't really feel it going down at all. When you land, it's pretty smooth. It's really smooth, really nice, very peaceful as well.
Yeah.
It's funny. We got a joke now. When even last night it was like, "Kids, I want the guy from Morocco back." You know.
Yeah, make it.
This
week is stressful because the last quarter for both of us in what we do is very, very busy, and then sometimes it's James. I want the Moroccan James back, because this James is not the James. You know, sometimes we just have to, and then sometimes it's just the season right now. It's just really, really busy. It's good time for us, but it's just really busy and just kind of like.
I was gonna say, what do you guys do for like quality time when we like the boys? What do you do? Like,
I just like to go out to eat and just be able to talk without having, you know, do you know what, Ruben?
Looking after them and
you always just eat, cinema, going on walks. And those are the things.
why not went to a stone lit?
This is what I'm saying.
yeah, walking long into those like.
But for him, it's easy as saying.
Back in the day, Tony used to walk with me for like 4 hours.
This is.
Yeah, that's because I was, you know, What about back then?
Our favourite is always picnics, like sitting down. But obviously, we can't do it now. But quality time is this. So sometimes I remind him, Jason, we need to do something together.
Yeah.
Even if it is to put the kids to sleep. The good thing is always a good routine.
Yeah.
We just try to have alone time after kids. But
even if it's like 1 or 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it's just that.
1 or 2 hours.
To have quality time. Just your wife.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. For me, quality times when the kids are sleeping.
You know what James called
You
it?
go to the bedroom and we can have fun, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I like that.
James's love language is very clear, and even that,
That's good.
into
I like that.
We've had to compromise because there's sometimes, you know, I'm not physical.
Well, yeah,
it's not.
You're exhausted as well after listening to the two boys.
It's not my thing, and sometimes making sure that I do have to consider him, but he also has to consider. You know, marriage is always this consideration, this give and
The
take.
problem I have with this walking is that you go and walk.
Oh yeah,
walk. When you come home with my time,
that's what James always says.
I'm like,
Cinema.
tomorrow, let me wake up. I'll wake up in the night. You know, wake up.
So I'm telling you, whenever I'm planning anything, James always thinks, is she going to be tired of?
I'm just.
I'm like, can we not be tired?
Everything's planning it.
Can we not
Yeah,
enjoy
3 in the
time
morning.
together?
3 in the morning waiting.
And you know what? And you know what? James will
That's
actually
hilarious, you know.
James will actually be there with his hand on his chest, eyes wide awake, and I'm telling him like, wow, you're really waiting for me. Sad.
At least your husband wants you.
But I know.
He wants you. He wants you, not wanting anybody else.
When guys stop to wonder.
So James, keep wanting you.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, thanks guys for coming. Really appreciate you.
I said 3 a.m. on Saturday. That's very.
You guys, he will be there. Looking at me. Oh, just. I'm like, wow. Okay, I hear you.
Wow. But big amazing, isn't it? Testimony.
story,
What?
man.
I can't believe I cried. No, I had to. I could just.
Yeah, she don't cry.
I don't cry, bro. Like I cry, but it takes a lot for me to like. But yeah.
Because you know, because you've got a husband, because you've got you know,
Yeah.
that feeling. Oh, wow. And I never introduced him. We'll live for that again.
Man.
My has brought us a long way. And
Yes.
So if anyone's hearing this and they're going through something and they just think, how am I going to get out of this? You will come out.
Yes. And just know that God has a better and bigger plan for you.
More than you can even
Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for coming down to the YT podcast.
Come on.
God bless y'all.
I'll get you. Woo! Guys.